Everybody, it's morning here in Finland and afternoon in Vietnam. Today we will tell you about how it is to study in Finland and what is Finland like. And we have got here, I'm Johanna from University of Applied Sciences Satakunta, and I've got here my colleague Elina from Communications of SAMK and Univang from our international office too. And then we have got here also Minna Hämäläinen and Anu Pirttimäki from SAMK University. And they will start the presentation with telling about Finland, and then we will both universities will tell you about what we can offer for you for your future studies. So Minna and Anu, feel free to start.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we are giving you a presentation of Finland and then a presentation of SAMK, and then Johanna and the others will continue from SAMK. And I will stop the camera screen now so that we can focus only to the presentation. And please feel free to ask if you have any questions on the chat box. So we will try to reply to those also in the meanwhile. And I'm putting the camera away now and continuing with the presentation. So welcome once more, and we're going to give you some facts about Finland. We consider Finland to be fantastic, independent, natural, laid-back, authentic, Nordic, and determined. And we also have collected some distances here. I think the distance between Helsinki and Ivala, so the capital and the most northern point that you can see there on the map, Ivala, gives a good impression of the size of the country in total. So from the very south to Ivala, which is not even in the north, like highest point in the north, but quite there in the north. So it's only approximately 1,113 kilometers, this distance. So Finland is not very, very big country. Here you can see some facts. So our population is approximately 5.5 million. And most of the people, I think around 3 million people, are focused on the capital area. So they are living in the southern part of Finland. And farther north you go, the less people you will face on the streets. And in the Lapland, there is only like very few areas that are having a larger population of people. So mainly the people are living in the south, and then in the north there is less. The total area is also there. We have two official languages, Finnish and Swedish, which are like spoken throughout the country. And in Lapland, there is a third language called Sami. And only like a handful of people are speaking this Sami language. Finland has been independent since 1917 and a member of the European Union since 1995. And we consider it to be a country of high technology, a high level of education, and we also have good quality of healthcare. Some images may be familiar to you. So we just collected some famous brands that we think that Finland is known in the world. So Nokia, a bit older Nokia in this light, but I think they're coming back. They're selling again these new old new phones, so which doesn't have this huge screen, but only the buttons and possibility to call and send text messages. So who knows? Maybe we're going back to that phone culture. Also, there is pictures of Angry Birds and Marimekko, Finnish sauna, of course, the Northern Lights, Moomin, and Santa Claus, and the Finnish lion there. In Finland, we have a lot of lakes. To be precise, 187,888 lakes. We have more than 3 million saunas, which is actually more than cars even, because some families might have one car, but they have sauna in their apartment or house, and then also in the summer cottage. So Finnish people are really heavy sauna users throughout the summers and winters. We drink a lot of coffee. It's approximately 10 kilograms coffee per year per Finn. So that's we don't have this kind of tea culture, so-called. There are also tea drinkers in Finland, but the main break drink is coffee for sure. We have also listed some famous brands here that might ring a bell to you and you might recognize when you think of Finland. Finnish people also do some crazy sports like ice swimming, where there's a photo also. So we will cut a hole into the ice and go swimming in the cold water. And then we also have World Championship games, a game of throwing cell phones, playing air guitar, carrying wives, and also swamp football and slipper football too. Then some Finnish flavors. So Finnish people like to go a lot to the nature because we have really a lot of forest also. So we go and collect these different kind of berries, mushrooms, and also you can fish and hunt game from the forest, like moose and reindeer. It's quite typical here. One of our delicacies is also rye bread, so the dark bread. Karelian pie, salmiakki might also be familiar for some of you, and mammi. And these are like definitely something that even when you come to Finland, you definitely need to try these.
Okay, so we collected here some things to see and do in Finland. So as Minna mentioned, Lapland is the northernmost part of Finland, and it's a really great place for hiking. There's really beautiful fell scenery. We don't have mountains. They are a bit smaller, but still they have a really nice feel to them when you climb up the hill, and there's not a lot of people there, of course, so it makes for a really good sort of relaxing atmosphere. Towns worth visiting for, of course, Helsinki, the capital area. Then Tampere is becoming bigger and bigger all the time, so it's really sort of moving forward these days. Turku is by the coast, and Turku used to be the capital of Finland. Jyväskylä is quite in the center of Finland as well, and it's known for its education. It was the first city in Finland with the university, I think, maybe. Oulu and Rovaniemi are in the north, and they are also quite big. Well, Rovaniemi is not that big, but the Santa Claus lives there, so it's worth a visit. There are a lot of beautiful national parks all around Finland, and they have varying nature types. So depending on what you like, do you want to go by the lakes, or do you want to hike in the fells in the north, or what is your sort of cup of tea? And they are all free for you to enjoy whenever you want to. And there is a possibility to camp and to cook food and everything. So they are really worth a visit. Biggest lakes in Finland are Saimaa in eastern Finland and Päijänne in the center of Finland. And in Finland, we have Europe's largest archipelago. So in addition to a lot of lakes, we also have a lot of islands. And there's also the autonomous Ahvenanmaa, Åland Island, there close to Turku. So here are a couple of photos of winter in Finland, which is the time that we are living currently here. During the winter, snow covers almost the whole country, depending on the year, of course. So for example, now it's been quite warm here in Finland, so a lot of snow has melted already. And I heard that in Helsinki area, they don't have any snow currently. So there's a lot of snow in the north, of course. The average temperature in January is -10 degrees Celsius, but the temperature can go as low as -30. That feels really cold. And because most of the lakes are covered with ice for approximately 3 months, depending, of course, where the lake is situated. But it's perfect time for ice fishing, skating, and cross-country skiing. And of course, you can also skate and ski somewhere else, like not only on the lakes, but we have a lot of good facilities for winter sports in Finland. And winter is also a time of Kaamos, which is the polar night. So in the northern part of Finland, the sun does not rise at all during a few months in the winter. In the south, we have 6 hours of daylight in the sort of worst part of Kaamos. And then the light increases a lot during the spring. And if we are lucky to have snow, then that makes the scenery really beautiful, even though it's quite dark, but it's still very beautiful. And spring in Finland, we are going towards it and looking forward for it after the long winter, of course. So here are a couple of photos of what spring looks like in Finland. During the spring, the days get longer and birds return to Finland. There are some birds that are staying here over the winter, but a lot of them are moving away to the south during the cold period. And animals and nature starts to wake up. So it looks really beautiful, and we get much more social once we have a bit of sun and warm days, and we can sort of enjoy the outdoors in a different way. You don't have to put all the winter clothes on. And in the spring, we also have Vappu, which is the Labor Day party, and the picture with the people and the balloons is taken from Vappu celebrations. So it's a big event on the 1st of May. And summer in Finland looks like these photos. So the average temperature in July is +17 degrees, but it can also go as high as +30 in Finland. It's sort of really decent, the heat, so it doesn't usually get very, very hot, which is nice for us Finns because we're not so used to it. The summer is full of festivals and concerts and outdoor events. And during the midsummer, the sun doesn't set at all in the northern parts of Finland, and in the south, it's really, really light as well. So the nights are quite light. It doesn't get dark at all. And even though the summers are usually warm, we Finns do enjoy our saunas in the summer as well. And the most popular thing is to take a sauna and then go swimming in the lake or the sea, depending on where you live. Here are some photos of autumn in Finland. So when it starts to get dark and we go to September, October, it's time to do the harvest. We have, of course, apples and blueberries, lingonberries and mushrooms that are waiting for you to gather them. And in Finland, we have this thing called everyman's right. So you are allowed to go to the forest and pick the berries and mushrooms as much as you want for free. You don't have to pay, and you don't have to ask for permission to go and gather them. And autumn is also the time of the vibrant fall colors, which you can see in the photos. So the leaves start to turn and it looks really beautiful. And then for a bit of fun, we have gathered these Finnish stereotypes here in the form of memes. So Finns are known to be quite, let's say, not so social as many other cultures. So the Finnish flag, for example, represents the snow and the sky, and social interactivity is not there. And also the same sort of thing is also shown in the bus picture. So we usually try to avoid sitting next to a stranger in a bus. So just so you know that it's not common if you can avoid it. Finland is also the happiest country in the world for 5th time in a row, I think. But you cannot always see it on our faces. So we keep the joy inside. And then, of course, related to the dark winters, we have Black Fridays every Friday from October to March. Yes, and continuing with the same theme. So surveillance is not as big in Finland as it is in the States and in Great Britain, for example. But we have the nosy grandmas living next door who keep track of what happens. The cat is also showing how to pronounce the Finnish Y, which is Y. So you will have that kind of face if you try to pronounce it. And as Minna told, we are big coffee drinkers, so the Finnish hierarchy of needs consists that at the top is the cup of coffee. And once you go down, it's even better to have a cup of coffee and a pastry. And then if you get a cup of coffee, a pastry, and silence, then you're all set and you can enjoy life. Okay, thank you. This was our presentation on Finland. And next we will try to manage our technical skills and be able to share the exam presentation for you. So just a second.
I guess you need that. Could you pause the recording for a while so that...
Continue. Great. So let's continue with the SAMK presentation that we have collected for you. So SAMK, Southeastern Finland University of Applied Sciences, is an institute of higher education, which is focusing on well-being, technology, and creative industries. SAMK has 4 campuses in 4 different towns in Finland, which are Savonlinna, Kotka, Kouvola, and Mikkeli. All of these cities are situated in the southeastern part of Finland and are located approximately 100 kilometers from each other. And as we mentioned in the previous presentation, that one of the biggest lakes in Finland is Lake Saimaa. So 2 of these campus towns, Mikkeli and Savonlinna, are situated by the Lake Saimaa, and you can even travel from one city to another by boat if you want. Finnish education system constantly ranks as one of the best in the world, and SAMK is known to be at the top of the universities of applied sciences in the country. And also SAMK was awarded with a quality label in 21 that is valid for 6 years. We got this award from FINEC, so the Finnish Education Evaluation Center. Our quality system meets the national criteria for quality management in higher education institutions and corresponds to the European quality management principles and guidelines. I don't know, did you know, but studies at the Universities of Applied Sciences, so not a traditional university, but University of Applied Sciences, is focusing on professional and practical know-how and skills. So the practical experience provided by University of Applied Sciences in general is highly appreciated in many jobs and duties because it's more like practical oriented. And our bachelor's degrees always include supervised practical training that gives the opportunity to apply the knowledge learned and theory into practice. You will become familiar with the duties of your own field and real working environments. And I think most of our programs, for example, include a compulsory practical training period every year. The first year it's a bit shorter, but the second and the third year it's about 3 months period, 2 or 3 months period that all the students are doing practical training. So it really gives you the actual know-how on doing things, not only sitting on an auditorium and listening to a professor. And responsibility is SAMK's strategic choice. So we are committed to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. Here you can see some figures. So at SAMK, we have nearly 11,500 students in our 48 bachelor degree programs and 32 master degree programs. This photo is from our Kotka campus, which is by the seaside, and where our paramedic students are practicing with our unique ambulance simulator. And this ambulance simulator is the only one in Finland and even in Europe that is used for teaching purposes. Here are some more figures. Unfortunately, we did not have the latest data of the numbers from the end of 22, but these numbers give a good understanding of the level of degree graduates from SAMK. And also, I think it's good to know that 4% of our graduates have opened up their own businesses after their studies. We have the biggest open university in Finland, and these figures are also from 21. But our Open UAS keeps constantly growing, so the numbers are quite much higher already at this stage. And you can find further information of our Open UAS studies from our SAMK's main website. They have a lot of also English language courses that are open for everyone.
So we also have created global talent acquisition programs. So we have launched a range of diploma and top-up programs for postgraduate students. Currently, we have programs in nursing, entrepreneurship, tourism, and games, and we are constantly developing new products as well. In addition to top-ups and diplomas, we also arrange summer school programs, and in the summer 2023, we will arrange a summer school of gaming at our Kotka campus. This is aimed at students who are over 18 years old and interested in the gaming industry. We also have educational travel possibilities for companies and student groups and other short-term programs that we will arrange per request. Internationalization is at the core of SAMK's strategy, and our aim is to bring vitality through international activities. We aim to create expertise, attract international workforce, and open up cooperation and business opportunities in the region of southeastern Finland. We also belong to the community of European higher education institutions and strengthen the cooperation by being active in our European university networks. And one big goal for us is to strengthen our role in the international online education market, and we are focused on making education export a significant part of our business activities as well. These figures are from autumn 2023. So we've had 529 foreign degree students, and this number is something that we are focusing on growing significantly in the coming years. Currently, we have 9 international bachelor's degree programs. So digital international business, well-being management, environmental engineering, game design, information technology, and nursing are at the bachelor level. And then for masters, we have international business management, rehabilitation, and naturopathy. Currently, we have students from 65 different countries, and Vietnam is ranking second in the most sort of popular countries for us. So only Russia has given us more students so far. Our international partner network offers excellent opportunities for student exchanges and practical training exchanges. like Minna told, that practical trainings are inbuilt in our degree programs. That doesn't mean that you have to do the training in Finland. You can also do it abroad. And there are also possibilities to do short-term exchanges during the studies, which is a great way to get to know a different university, a different country. We have 5 of these strategic higher education partners. 2 of them are in Finland. Then we have Anglia Ruskin University in Great Britain and Henan and Beijing universities in China. And we have over 300 international partner universities, which means that student exchange opportunities are really, really good for our students. And we have also quite a big research, development and innovation activities at SAMK. There are 4 different focus areas, which are forest, the environment and energy, sustainable well-being, digital economy, logistics, and seafaring. And we work in these focus areas to create ecosystems that generate innovations, combining research, education, and business activity. All of these 4 focus areas provide the possibility for students to participate in various projects during their studies. And here you can find all of SAMK's social media accounts. So we really hope that you will also follow us on social media and look into what SAMK is about. And hopefully we will see you as our students sometime in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you also from my part. Yeah, I think that's some part of this event. So thank you everybody for your attention. I'm trying to start the video. Yeah. So thanks for the attention. And if you have any questions, we're happy to answer.
Okay, thank you, Minna and Anu, for your presentations. And I think that Elina from Satakunta University of Applied Sciences can continue with our part of the presentations. Feel free, Elina.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Minna and Anu, for your lovely presentation about Finland and then your university. Now let's jump to another University of Applied Sciences called Satakunta. My name is Elina Valkama and I work here in the Education Export team. I will share my presentation to you and then we are ready to start. Many of the things from Satakunta University of Applied Sciences are similar to the SAMK University of Applied Sciences, but let's go through this presentation also. Satakunta area is located on the west coast of Finland. Here you can see the world map and Finland, and Satakunta region is there on the west coast of Finland. And what is Satakunta region about? We are free of traffic jams. We have fantastic nature here and affordable living costs. Since we are not in the capital area, not in the Helsinki area, our students can find affordable apartments also here. We are a very clean and safe region also for the students to study and live in. And Satakunta is actually one of the most industrialized and export-oriented provinces here in Finland. And in Satakunta region, we have a huge demand for a workforce now, and especially in the future, and especially for the tech-talented people. So if you wish to stay in Finland and work here, we have a huge lack of the workforce here. And then about our university. We've given practical education since 1997 as an independent University of Applied Sciences, but some of our faculties, they have actually existed for over 140 years as independent schools, so we have a long reputation as well. We are a little bit smaller university as SAMK is. We are medium-sized here in Finland. At the moment, we have about 6,000 students, and they are coming from 76 different nationalities. So one could say that we are really international university. We have about 400 staff members and 4 campuses around the Satakunta region. And on 2 of these campuses, we have international students studying. We have about 30 degree programs in Finnish, and 11 degree programs are in English, and they are open also for the international students. And then a couple of things that we are very proud of at Satakunta University, of course. In all the universities in Finland, you can get a high quality of education. And especially in our university, since there's this survey that is done for all the graduates from universities of applied sciences. And in this survey, our university has done really well for the past 10 years already. So in our university, you can also get a good quality education. And we also have the highest employment rate outside the metropolitan area in Finland. So you have good chances of finding a job here in Satakunta region. And then let's take a look at the degree programs that we have to offer. Here you can see the bachelor's degrees. We have the international business program, and then 3 different engineering programs. We have the artificial intelligence, logistics, and mechatronics program. And then 2 programs in the healthcare. They are nursing and physiotherapy. And then we have international tourism management. And last but not least, we have something special, which is the degree program of sea captain. And then we also have 3 different master's degrees in English. They are sustainable business management, maritime logistics management, and maritime management. And how it is to study in our university. We provide evolving study environments for all our students. It depends in which degree program you are studying, but let's say if you're studying in the engineering program, then we have an automation laboratory available for the engineering students. For the sea captain students, we have the maritime simulator. And for the healthcare students, we have a nursing simulator. And in these simulators and laboratories, our students, they first practice the skills before they go to the practical training in real companies. Then we also have different academies. We have the AI, electric, robotics, and business and technology academy. And in these academies, our students are working closely with the companies that are located in the Satakunta region. And the companies, they are actually giving different kind of assignments and projects to the students in these academies. And that way the students are working in real life cases and getting good connections with the companies during these projects. Then for the healthcare students, we have a SOTEEKki, which is a service center of social and healthcare. And in this service center, our healthcare students are working and practicing with real life clients. The clients can be elderly people, it can be small kids or some special groups. And that way our students get to know how to work with real clients before they go to the practical trainings. And if you have your own idea in mind that you would like to establish your own company during the studies, it's possible with the help of our Enterprise Accelerator. And in this accelerator, our teachers and experts are helping you, especially in the beginning of establishing a new company. You might have some difficulties, some problems, how to do things, how to solve these things, and then you can get help from the teachers and experts. And in all our campuses, we also have the SAMK library, where you can find all the materials and all the books, also e-learning materials that are used during the courses. So you don't have to buy any books if you don't want to, because you can get them from the library. And as heard from the SAMK presentation already, studying in a University of Applied Sciences, it's a mix of theory and practice. So in the traditional universities in Finland, students are mainly taking part in lectures, but in the universities of Applied Sciences, it's a mix of theory and practice. We have small class sizes, which is ensuring that all the teachers, they have time for individual students during the courses. And the studying consists of different kind of parts. It can be contact learning, distance learning, e-learning, projects, group work, company visits. And then in the end of the studies before the graduation, all the students take part in the practical training and they do the thesis. And we think that the cooperation with the companies gives the students a practical view and good connections. And then something about our campuses. For the international students, we provide admissions office during the application period. And then when you start your studies, we have the international office, international student tutors, and student counselors there to help you from the beginning of the studies until you graduate. We have excellent health and welfare services provided also for the international students. So you need to pay 72 euros during 1 year, and with that you can get a basic healthcare services. And you can get a different kind of student discounts around the Satakunta region with your student card from different shops, stores, restaurants. You can get these discounts. Our campuses, they are located in the city center of the towns where they are situated, and the campuses are actually easy to reach by bike or on foot from the apartments where the students, also where the international students are living. So you don't need to use buses, or you don't have to have your own cars. And then we have this kind of campus move organization, which is offering different kind of diverse and affordable activities and well-being services for all the students. And as mentioned, we are quite international university, but we try to get our students to be more international during the studies. We have over 200 partner institutions situated around the world. And during your studies, you can go for a exchange period in these partner institutions for 1 or 2 semesters. Or you can do your practical training abroad. It's also possible. And students, they receive a grant for these study periods abroad. We have Finnish courses included in all the curriculums that are provided for the international students. When you start your studies, you don't have to speak any Finnish, but it will help you during your studies to get to know some basic Finnish. And actually in the healthcare sector, you have to know some Finnish when you go for your practical trainings. And especially if you wish to stay in Finland and work here in the healthcare sector, then you have to know some Finnish. And here you can see some career prospects. 1 year after graduating from our university, over 80% of our graduates have found a job. And 5 years after graduation, around 92% of our graduates have found a job. And you can see some average wages that our students are getting. Of course, it depends in what kind of company or where you are working. If you are working in a hospital or healthcare center, it depends also. But there's some average wages. You just have to remember that in Finland you have to pay the income tax on your pay, and with these taxes we secure the high level of social security that is provided for all the people living in Finland. And then about the tuition fees and scholarships in our university. Tuition fee varies from 9,500 euros up to 10,500 euros, depending on the degree program where you are studying. And then we have this scholarship program provided. You can get the early bird discount if you pay the tuition fee early enough. And you can get the success in studies scholarship if you progress well in your studies. We also have 2 Finnish language skills scholarships. If you get the level A2 or B1 in your Finnish language, then you can apply for these scholarships. And then we also have the student ambassador scholarships for the students who want to be involved in the international activities during their studies. Applying to our university takes place 2 times in a year. Actually, at the moment, we have our application period open until next week, until the 15th of February. And then the studies will start in autumn 23. And then the next application period will be in August, September, and the studies will start in January 24. So we have 2 application periods in 1 year. And how to apply? When you apply to all the universities in Finland, it takes place on a Finnish National studyinfo.fi portal. There's no application fee when you apply, and more information can be found from samk.fi/apply website. There's all the requirements for application process, about the application times, and so on. All the information can be found there. And just going quickly through the admission criteria, if you wish to apply for the bachelor's degree, then you have to have your secondary education, for example, high school completed. And as mentioned, we don't require you to speak any Finnish. And of course, this good skills in English are required for the success in studies. And student selection in the AI, business, tourism, logistics, mechatronics, and sea captain programs are done based on your papers, based on the certificates that you apply with. And in the nursing and physiotherapy programs, there's an online entrance exam, which consists of written part and online interview. And admission criteria for the master's degrees, you have to have a bachelor's degree completed and a minimum of 2 years of work experience in your own field after the graduation. We also have some summer schools. They take place in August 23. So this is a good opportunity for you if you wish to know how it is to study in Finland, how it is to study in our university. You can take part in these 1 or 2 weeks organized summer schools. We have different programs there available in different fields. So these are open for all the international students who wish to take a sneak peek of multidisciplinary education in Finland and in our university. Here you can see our social media channels. Please follow them. You can find a lot of photos, videos, student stories from there, a lot of materials to get to know our university more. Thank you very much from my part, and I wish to see many of you studying in Finland in the future, and of course in our university also. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Elina, for your presentation. I guess that there was a lot of information available about Finland, SAMK and SAMK universities. This session has been recorded and added to the net pages of the competition, or will be there at least tomorrow if you want to check it or watch it later. And well, thank you once more for listening, and please follow the net pages of the competition in case there are not any questions or anything in your mind. I guess not. Okay, but thank you very much for listening and have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Nice day.
Have a nice day.